Good afternoon. Just to give you guys an update of where we are, finished training camp, and I'm very pleased right now with where we are as a defense. I still feel like we have a long way to go in order to reach our goals, but I like the direction in which we're moving into. Everything we do starts up front with our defensive line. They have definitely set the tone this summer. They're going to be definitely the strength of this defense. When you look at Kill Byers, Chris Turner, Darius Robinson, Isaiah McGuire, all those veteran guys are going to, set the standard of how we play, and it starts up front. I'm very pleased with Blaze as an addition, along with Devin at the linebacker position. Those guys have really stepped up and shown some promise, and we're going to have a very strong competitive, competition and rotation on the back end, particularly with the corners. So, yes, definitely pleased. Long way to go, and looking forward to getting started. And with that, I'll take your questions.
Steve mentioned Blaze and Devin at the linebacker position. They're two of the older guys in that room now. What have you seen from them, just like from a leadership standpoint?
I think they're progressing. You talk about Chad Bailey and Petway as well. They're doing some great things. And again, I'm learning the college game from a standpoint of 85, 100 plays, and hopefully that's not a consistency. But, everybody has to be ready to play, and those guys are showing a lot of promise as well.
You said you're learning. How has having like Chris Turner and Kobe on the defensive line, sort of guys that have been there before, how much does that sort of help? Where have they helped you sort of grow?
Anytime you have veteran leadership at any level, I think is a positive for you. Guys that have played what I call skin on the wall, that can really go out there and lead by example. A lot of SEC play. So to have those guys back this year, particularly Kobe is a guy that you mentioned, I think is going to be a major asset for us inside. Throwing out some young guys, Makai Wingo, I think he has come in and shown a lot of promise as a freshman, and looking for a lot of great things out of him as well.
You mentioned having a lot of guys in the mix at corner. Is that a position where we could see several guys playing every game, or is that a spot where you're still trying to narrow down kind of a more regular rotation?
I think, again, just with my edification and learning certain things about the college game, you have to have a strong rotation, and that's where I am right now. So all those guys are going to be in the mix. All those guys are going to play. When you look at constantly those guys rotating receivers, deep ball, and they come back, here's another guy going deep ball. We got to be smart as well on the defensive side in making sure that our guys are fresh and ready to play.
Do you have certain guys that you like more in that slot corner, kind of the inside position, or do you want them all to be able to play?
I think we have a very strong rotation there because a lot of our guys, even when you talk about, JC, Jalen, I think he has corner skills. So even at the safety position, he can come down and cover in the slot. Chris Abrams-Dreams, I think, had an outstanding training camp. He's a guy that has shown a lot of promise in the slot as well. So KD is going to be a great asset for us this year.
Anything else for Coach Wilks?
What have you seen out of Martez Manuel's leadership as it's grown throughout the fall camp?
Martez has earned the respect of his peers. He was named captain, one of the captains of this team. So I think that speaks volumes of his leadership skills and what he brings. He's a guy that puts a lot of effort into his craft. He studies the game, he watches a lot of tape, and he goes 100% each time he steps on the field. So that has been a major plus, just putting himself in position to make plays, along with helping the other 10 guys that are out there with him.
Steve, I remember seeing some stats from you in the NFL. Your defense has played more nickel than anyone in the league. Was there a point in your career where that became your base, something you wanted to stick with, having 5 DBs out all the time?
It has become the base of this defense, and really teams are so interchangeable from a standpoint of personnel. And if you can always sit here and stay in your nickel and feel comfortable, fitting a run, which I feel like we can with the guys that we have in there, and then also when they try to spread you out and create the matchups, we match up well.
You mentioned obviously Blaze and Devin at linebacker. How do you feel about just kind of the depth behind those guys?
I feel pretty good. Someone asked a question earlier about those older guys in that room, and I think Jamie Petway as well as Chad Bailey is going to give us, definitely depth and quality play when they come in the game.
Steve, it is really hot these last few days. Just
Well, the one thing Coach Drink always talks about, advantage me, advantage us. And we feel like it's an advantage to us being able to operate and perform in this particular heat. And I always emphasize with the defensive guys, don't let it get in the way, whatever it may be, whether it's, dealing with outside issues, whether it's classroom, at home, heat, for an hour, 2 hours. Let's come out here and let's totally focus on trying to get better. And I think that's what they did today. So I'm very pleased with where we are. I'm sure Coach is as well. We had a good practice today.
Coach, after working with this defensive unit for an entire summer, how do you feel that you were able to build trust with both players and staff alike?
I think it's just really being consistent. We talk about this all the time. It's just letting the guys know that you're accountable in every form. That level of commitment and how you approach each and every day, and knowing that you expect the same in return. So I never waver. I'm the same guy every day. I'm gonna hit you right between the eyes and tell you how I feel, and I'm gonna love you up just the same. When I get on you hard, I'm gonna love you up hard. So I think that's how you build trust, with the consistency and how you operate.
When you see how much training Jeff was able to kind of produce at this level, what he did in 2020, was it hard to believe when you kind of heard his story that he had missed like a whole year of football from October 19 to September 20?
Good football player, so good guys know how to jump right back in the mix, they get right back on the saddle, and they know how to just, perform well, and that's what he is. One of the things that I noticed, I knew he was a dynamic pass rusher, but the guy's phenomenal in the run game, very stout, can set the edge, can dominate a tight end, so I'm very pleased when you start talking about his overall play.
So it's pretty likely you can jump back into things when you have that level of talent. That's a common.
It's no question, and he has that, which is one of the reasons why he's one of the top premier defensive ends in the league, and hopefully with the potential to be able to play at the next level.
Steve, with this being your guys' last week before enroll game week, just what are some things you want to see out of the guys just to end this fall season or camp on a higher note and get going the next week?
Just really the consistency. The one thing that we can't get away from is the fundamentals and technique of the game, and that's one of the things that we always emphasize. It's not so much about, we try to maximize the volume, all right, minimize the volume, and maximize the execution. So that's the one thing that we try to emphasize with the guys. Don't ever forget about the fundamentals and technique of the game.
Coach, I know after spring ball, you gave us a number of how many takeaways that you had. Do you have a number thus far in fall camp?
You know what? Don't have a number for you, but I tell you, it's been pretty good, to be honest with you. And that's been our mantra. That's one of the things I preach the day one when I walk through the door. Is taking the ball away on defense and scoring. So I'm going to continue to emphasize that, and hopefully that'll be a great showing for us this year.
Thanks, Coach Wilks.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.